Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Si, welcome to the channel. Today we have a look at the new Warzone map. It's called Caldera, set in the Pacific Ocean. It's an actual island, so this time it's going to be surrounded fully by water instead of just one coastline like Verdansk was. Screen now, there's the map that they've released. So there's different areas. Arsenal, docks, runway, ruins, mines, peak, beachhead, village, lagoon, airfield, fields, subpen, power plants, capital, and finally resort. Now, to me, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good map for cover, for building play, sort of short and also long range engagements that might go on around sort of the F sort of zone. I imagine a lot of short close range engagements going on in NK and E sort of area. They look very building-y, if that's a word. Look very building-y. Lots of buildings and stuff you can go in there. So I'm very excited for that. The scale is about 1-to-1 with Verdansk, so it's not really any bigger, not really any smaller. So I think personally Verdansk was a good sized map, although I feel like it was lacking in some areas, just a bit too open sometimes. But we'll see how this plays, because this looks like it's got more terrain to it, especially around that middle F part. So the operation is called Vulcan, and if you are a Vanguard owner, you will get access to this on December 8th. Whereas if you're not a Vanguard owner, then it will be December 9th. So it's up to you whether you buy Vanguard, so you can play this 24 hours early. Personally, I don't think that's worth it, but that's your choice. They have released pictures of a few areas on the map for us to look at. Show them now. So first of all, you got Naval Arsenal. So it says that it's set in the northwest area of the map, and a lot of shipyard areas, containers that might be open, etc. It looks like to me you can get up the ladders on the side of the cranes, a bit like you could on Verdansk, although they don't look as tall. Would give you good sight lines. The next one is industrial docks. Now this one to me, that is obviously shipment right there. That is an exact replica of shipment, how it was in Modern Warfare, with the two crates on the right hand side. It says that it's a large scale industrial dock complex with rusted substructures and 5 massive cranes. So again, a lot of height, potentially a lot of indoor combat as well within these big buildings at the back. So next you've got runway, which is the airfield. It's the main airfield for Caldera, which is where you're going to find your planes, etc. I think planes are taking over helicopters this year, for this map. Don't quote me on that, but I'm presuming so, because as you can see in the picture, there is an aeroplane there, and I haven't seen any pictures of helicopters. So next up is ruins. So it says that it's an expansive mine works, west of the expansive mine works, sorry, and it is an untouched archaeological site. Now in here, it says that there's a rapidly flowing stream, and through the east of the jungle into the gully, apparently you can discover larger ruins deeper within the hillside forest. So potential caves, that sounds to me. That sounds like potential caves. Next up is Phosphate Mines. Now this is the mining operation site. So it's going to be a bit of high ground, a lot of open area. I'm presuming a bit like mines, a bit like salt mines on Verdansk. There was a lot of open lines of sight, few buildings you could go in. Looks very good to me. Next up is Peak, and I'm presuming this is going to be the highest point of the map, or at least that rock to the right anyway, if you can get up there, if you can climb rocks. It's slap bang in the middle of the map almost. So you're going to have advantage for your snipers, or just potential passing through to get a better line of sight on people, to try and figure out where people are going, what's happening. It says that the peak is actually towards the runway. Next up is Beachhead. It says that it's on the island's northwest coast. It's a network of trenches, which, as you can imagine, being a world war, trenches and that should be pretty fun to explore. A few tight corners, close quarter engagements, and all that sort of things. SMGs will probably really shine in this part of the map. Next up is River Village. Now, this to me looks like there's going to be a fair bit of water in the paddy fields, as it says. As you can see, actually, in the bottom of the picture, there's a few sort of water areas. So I'm presuming this year that water is going to be safe, or at least relatively safe. I will have a check. And there's going to be a few footbridges you can look at. Hopefully you can get underneath them, because it would be pretty cool being able to sneak underneath them just to get a better line of sight and stuff. Another picture, Clearwater Lagoon. So I have checked and water is safe. Shallow water at least. Shallow water. This is an old lighthouse and it looks over Shallow Bay. So there you go, shallow water. It looks over Shallow Bay. So again, another bit of height for snipers, or just trying to get height on your advantage for an advantage on your opponents. Looks like to me there's a zip line. So zip lines are a thing. Still, a bit like on Rebirth and on Verdansk on the new tower and stuff. And then you have Caldera Terminal. So I'm presuming this is another separate airfield. Either that or it's the same as the other one, just a different side of it, just a different building, the actual main building area, which looks very good. Then you have Agricultural Centre, you have a water tower. I'm presuming that there's going to be a ladder up there. As you can see in the background, the bridge that goes across the gully. And then you got this main building that looks like it's going to be a big point of interest. It says that it's south of the volcano, so that's pretty cool. Ooh, wonder if we'll get a volcano eruption. That would be cool. And then you've got Shark's Lair, Submarine Pen. Now this to me looks like my favourite building. Whether it will be or not in the game, it just looks cool. Looks like I can see a boat sticking out, a few cranes you can get up. The building just looks complex. It just looks awesome. Although it does look like it's at the bottom of a very big hill, which could be dangerous for potential snipers. But we will see. We will see how that one plays out. It says that it's on the eastern coast of Caldera. And then we have Caldera Power Plant. It's got smokestacks. I'm presuming, like on Rebirth, they will kill you if you land on them. Because we've all tried that, or at least I have. And then we have Caldera Capital City. So the main sort of city within Caldera. And as you can imagine, there's going to be a lot of close range engagements. Probably going to get a lot of snipers up on the hill, I should imagine, as well. See the last picture that they posted. Royal Cabana Resort. Main building looks very interesting to me. Says that there's good access by vehicle, so I'm presuming there's a main road that goes straight into this place. Apparently there's a small clock tower, small square, bus station, hotel entrance, and the grounds have shallow pools which you could hide in, ferns, and also palm trees. So a lot of cover, a lot of potential escape routes, and a lot of potential fighting plans that could go on here. So when the new Caldera map drops, there's going to be a few changes to Warzone itself, and also a few new things that you can do within the map. One of them changes is going to be a playlist change. So obviously Verdansk will unfortunately go. Goodbye Verdansk. 40 weapons, dozen of operators coming, calling cards, so everything from Vanguard will be in place. And speaking of Vanguard, a playlist that will be implemented is Vanguard Royale. So it means that you won't be able to use any of your Modern Warfare guns. You'll literally just be focused on Vanguard weapons, dogfighting, which sounds very, very cool, and new ground vehicles. So as you can see in this picture, there is a nice Jeep there. So that is going to be one of the vehicles that you'll be able to use. Whether you can get 2 or 4 people in it, we are still yet to find that out. So as you can see there, focus on Vanguard weapons. Loadouts will be only Vanguard weapons. And then there is changes to the circle collapse. It says altered to offer a different pace of play, especially with dogfighting overhead. Also expected are in-game events at each circle collapse, bombing runs, different items both within Caldera Overworld and contract rewards. Another playlist that still will be added is Rebirth Island. Both playlists are expected to be on, so Resurgence and Mini Royale are both expected to be starting on December 9th for Rebirth Island. So if you like me and you love Rebirth Island, then I cannot wait for that. Although I think I'm going to be still exploring Pacific. A few points here to note. So the Gulag's still there. Dead Silence being nerfed. Stopping power rounds are gone. Thank God. Because them things were annoying when you got them. They've nerfed stun grenades and heartbeat sensors. So we'll have to see how that affects the gameplay within Caldera. But I mean, heartbeat sensors shouldn't be too much of an issue anyway, playing the Vanguard version. Another change I've made as well is also with the gas masks. Apparently they won't interrupt you as much as they did previously, so I'm hoping they've got rid of the animation where you pull it on and off, although it sounds like that's still there. But what I'm hoping is that you can do that with one hand and then also implement plates or reload maybe with the other one, although I'm not sure how that's going to work, so we'll have to see how that works. And then, yep, this is what I was on about earlier. Shallow water is now a thing, so you don't instantly die when you hit water, because there's rivers in the map, there's shallow sort of pools of water, like swimming pools, the paddies. You can now crouch in water as well, so you can walk through water as long as it's shallow. You can crouch in the water, and apparently crouching gives you the effects of cold-blooded. And also, while you're walking through the water, your operator is less affected by the tracker perk, so it's harder for them to see your footsteps. And also, you can wade through the shallow water, making your footsteps even quieter, potentially. Apparently, there's going to be new contracts. There's going to be a supply drop contract, which airlifts a valuable crate onto the map for anyone to pick up, but only has its exact location revealed by the contracted squad. So that will be very interesting if you come across a squad that is trying to get their contract. You could very much get destroyed by being in the way of that. Another is Big Game Bounty, which targets the operator with the highest kill count. So if you're good, you're going to get a few bounties put on your head, although it's only once a game, so hopefully it's not too much of an issue. Hopefully too many people don't get targeted, and I'm hoping it only comes up as an individual bounty, so an individual squad coming after you. There is also a top secret contract, as one could expect, until you pick it up, but comes with greater rewards compared to standard loot. So what they're saying is they're not giving any details about what this is. And then there's going to be public events, so there's going to be Restock, Resurgence on Rebirth. I'm presuming they might do some sort of Resurgence things on Pacific at some point, but we'll have to wait and see. Another big thing that is coming is the Ricochet anti-cheat. Thank God there's finally going to be an anti-cheat. Let's just hope and pray that it works, because I am sick of hackers on this game, as we all are. So that, guys, is a look at the map and a few locations, and also a few little points that I thought I'd mention. All this information can be found on the Call of Duty website if you do want to have a read for yourself, because there is a lot more to it in depth. But if you enjoyed the video and you learned something new, please be sure to hit the subscribe button for more future content from the channel. And thank you for watching.